All right, we're going to start the work on the Chapter 8 overview. The first thing, I tried to put a note in there, but it's understandable if you missed it. This 12 here for the y value should be an 11. That was just a mistake, and I apologize for that. This will be a lot easier to solve with an 11. Okay, so we're going to put this into Desmos, which is what we do to evaluate. So let's take a look at it. Does it appear to be linear? It's got a little bend to it. Again, these are closer together. It seems like it's getting farther apart. And while the x step is always 1, the y step is not consistent. The y step continues to grow. So it's not linear. It's not, it's not a linear equation. It's definitely nonlinear. And, all you really have to say is that it's not straight. You can also say, even though the x's increase by 1, the y's do not increase by a constant number. The amount that they change, increase by changes actually. Okay, can you find the y values that correspond to x equals 0 and x equals 5? Yes or no? Well, let's see. It goes up by 3 here. It goes up by 5 here. It goes up by 7 here. So 3, 5, 7. It seems like these are just odd numbers. So I'm going to say 9 here. So what is 18 plus 9? It's 27. Okay, now if this is 3, then, and this is 5, so 5, 3 going backwards, that would be 1, so that would have to be a 2, because the difference between here and here would have to be a 2. That makes sense. So was I able to do it? Yes. Okay, place your answers in the table. Explain how you found these answers. I counted the difference between y values, then figured out the pattern for x equals 0 and x equals 5. What is the y-intercept here? Again, the y-intercept is always the y value when x is 0. So here, the y-intercept is 2. Can you write this equation? It might not be easy to write this equation right now. So we'll leave that alone for now. It's okay. If you got it, that's great. But if not, we'll go to the next part. If you cannot find the y values for x equals 0 and x equals 5, or if you're having trouble writing an equation, follow the following steps. What is the y value increasing by in each step? So we went 3, 5, 7. So it's 3, 5, 7. So then it would be expected to be 9, 11, etc., etc. Okay, what do you notice about this pattern? The growth number, is a good way of saying it, keeps increasing by 2 each time. Predict what the y value would increase by from x equals 0 and x equals 1. So here, if it goes up by 3, then over here it needs to be less. It needs to be 2 smaller, so it needs to be 1. Okay. Use your work for C to find the y value when x equals 0. Well, we figured out it must be 2. Predict what the y value would increase by from x equals 4 to x equals 5. Here, if it's 7, then the next one's got to be 2 more, so it's got to be 9. Use your work for E to find the x value or y value when x equals 5. When x equals 5, y must be 27. Now, what is the y-intercept? In other words, the y value when x equals 0. It's good old-fashioned 2. And this is key. Since we know the equation is exponential and the y-intercept is 2, let's look at what is being done to each x value to get the y value. When x equals 1, y equals 3. So basically, that would be the 1, which is the x, plus 2. X plus the y-intercept, okay? So is y always just x plus the y-intercept? Well, 0 plus 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, but 2 plus 2 is 4. So this one's too big. So it's not just x plus the y-intercept. When x equals 2, y equals 6, and that is not 2 plus 2. So it's not x plus the y-intercept. Rather, 6 is more like 4 plus 2. And that 4 is 2 times 2 plus the y-intercept of 2. And when x equals 3, y equals 12, which actually should say 11. Oh boy. When x equals 3, y equals 11, which is 3 times 3 plus the y-intercept. So what we have here is x squared plus the y-intercept. So does the pattern y equals x squared plus 2 fit the entire pattern? Let's try that. Y equals x squared plus 2. 0 squared is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2. 1 squared is 1, 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 squared is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 squared is 9, 9 plus 2 is 11. 4 squared is 16, 16 plus 2 is 18. 5 squared is 25, 25 plus 2 is 27. Does it fit the entire pattern? Yeah, it does. So we'll take this equation. We're gonna use Desmos to check if it fits the scatter plot. So we'll just drop that right in there. We got, what do we get here? We got 2 here. We got 27 here. Take a look here. Everything fits. Okay, cool. That looks pretty good. So my equation, y equals x squared plus 2, is correct.